Hello and welcome to The Print. This is Triya Gulati, and this week's Vigyapanti, we aren't talking about a commercial. Instead, an entire marketing campaign. For the last 2 weeks, if there is one thing that has consistently grabbed attention, it's Aryan Khan's debut show, Bads of Bollywood. Now, Bollywood has never been short of hype machines. A new film or show launches every other Friday with a truckload of posters, teasers, and PR stunts. But every so often, a campaign comes along that doesn't just promote content, it turns the release into an event. Aryan Khan's debut series, Bads of Bollywood, falls in that category. The show's marketing wasn't a campaign, it was an ecosystem. It blurred lines between brand collaborations, digital platforms, and live events, making the buzz impossible to ignore. From tie-ups with boAt, Airtel, YAVOL, and Google Pay, to hijacking India's favorite pastime, cricket, and flying in a sea of influencers for an exclusive premiere, the Bats team tried to grab attention everywhere. To discuss this explosive marketing campaign of Bads of Bollywood, today I am joined by publicist Dale Bhagwagar. To give you a quick brief about him, Dale has been in the industry since 1997. He has worked with stars like Priyanka Chopra, Shilpa Shetty, and Hrithik Roshan, among others. And he has also handled the PR for Shah Rukh Khan's Dawn.
So, if we talk about Bads of Bollywood's marketing campaign, it was explosive. It's everywhere. It's literally everywhere. You even if you want to, you can't ignore. So, how do you see Aryan Khan's debut project the way it has been marketed?
So marketing is a side of PR activity. We keep on hearing a lot about Bollywood PR, especially on Twitter and Instagram. There's a whole buzz about PR did this, PR did that. Okay.
Right.
So marketing is, goes side by side with PR. Basically, it's perception building. So if you allow me, I can explain it to you from a little bit of how PR works and how marketing works
Sure.
and how consent is engineered. Okay.
Right.
So basically, PR activity started as a profession. Public relations started post World War II. So basically, you must have heard of this person called Sigmund Freud. So
Right.
Sigmund Freud
Yes.
used to be a psychoanalysis expert. His nephew, Edward Bernays, mixed tactics of psychoanalysis and he combined them with, if you remember, there was before World War II, we had a guy called Joseph Goebbels, who was the propaganda minister of Adolf Hitler. So he used propaganda a lot pre-World War II days. So what Edward Bernays did is he mixed psychoanalysis with propaganda, and what we got was public relations. So he started using hoardings and advertising and mass psychology, and he basically found ways to manipulate the masses, okay, through this propaganda technique, which later on evolved into the field of public relations. There was one American thinker called Noam Chomsky who wrote a paper on this called Manufacturing Consent.
Right.
Consent meaning people saying yes to something. Okay,
Yeah.
manufacturing that, engineering that. Let's come to Aryan Khan's Bads of Bollywood now. So what has happened with marketing and PR, a concentrated exercise where Aryan Khan was portrayed as a victim after what happened with him, and then later on, which to a huge extent he was, of course, and afterwards it was kind of a hype was built up that his project is coming, and he was touted as an underdog instead of having any overtones of nepotism. Okay, and he was touted as whether he will make it, he's making a directorial debut, not an acting debut. So all these permutation combinations were discussed in the media, and let me tell you, these things don't happen organically. They are engineered. Yes, they are manufactured by PR agencies, by marketing agencies. We do manufacture. It's our job to manipulate public opinion to create a narrative. Okay, it is our job. I mean, yeah, manipulate does sound like a word, which is not too good,
Negative word,
but then
because,
that's
yeah.
yeah, it does have negative connotations, but then that's our job. That's what PR people do. That's what, and PRs use marketing also. So marketing is PR is basically perception building, while marketing is doing a similar thing. If I have to explain in easy words, doing a similar thing using tools which are there in the market. Like for example, in today's times, we have social media, right? So
Right.
we have Instagram as a tool, we have Reddit as a tool, we have Twitter X as a tool. So using these tools, including YouTube, using these tools as propaganda channels or as public perception building channels, marketing people do organic and paid exercises. Organic meaning they convince people to say good things about the person, or nowadays, whether we like it or we don't like it, whether it's ethical, moral, not ethical, that's a different discussion and debate. But nowadays, a lot of paid media is also happening. So through paid
Right.
marketing. So these channels, these methods combined make create a buzz around a project or a person or a celebrity, and enhance the appeal and acceptance of that project or the celebrity with the masses. And that is what we also saw with Sayara. Okay, in
Okay.
Sayara, you must have realized that the buzz started looking a little paid and looking a little fake and fabricated initially, but later on moved to organic, which was like a process was started by marketing and PR, and then when organic took over, they backtracked. The marketing and PR guys backtracked, which is a very good strategy. Okay, because when organic publicity is there, it works wonders. And there is something slightly similar to the publicity of Sayara and to the publicity of Bads of Bollywood also, where it started with buzz created very in a very controlled way, and then has moved on into organic praise for Aryan and his project, because the project spoke for itself, because the project was good and the series was appreciated. I did feel sometimes that certain reviews were a little towards paid, but then there were a lot of organic reviews which said a lot of good things about the series. And that is when I realized that the publicity has moved from marketing and PR activity to organic praise, which is very good. Okay,
But
there are times
where
these
is the
things have
line?
gone
Where to
haywire
draw the
also.
line? But so
Yeah,
where
so
to
there
draw
are
the
times
line when
these
it's
things have gone haywire. Look at Veer Paharia's example during Skyforce. He
Skyforce? Yeah.
overdid it and he didn't do it in a correct, classy, controlled manner. And after starting the fire, like we PRs often say that we put ghee in the fire flares up, but we also know how to douse the fire. So you
Right.
flare up a controversy, but if you cannot bring closure to the controversy, that's a problem. And Veer
Right.
Paharia or his team, whosoever it was, could not bring closure to it. It went haywire. Okay, when that went haywire, it actually backfired, and people did not bother to see the movie. Skyforce was a good movie, but it did not work because a lot of imaging and branding was around Veer Paharia. Okay, and that backfired. So yeah, there is a line that one has to draw. Okay, now certain, like I as a PR, I as a publicist always think about draw that line. See, in PR we have to exaggerate things sometimes. We have to blow things up a little out of proportion to get our clients noticed. Okay, I'm being very honest about it. Yes, we exaggerate. Yes, we kind of flare up a little bit of things because media loves it. And if media loves it, the public loves it, then we are giving the market what it wants.
What it wants.
Okay.
Yeah.
अमिताभ बच्चन के जमाने में लोग कहते थे कि अमिताभ एंग्री यंग मैन की वजह से वायलेंस स्प्रेड करता है, बट अमिताभ वाज रिफ्लेक्टिंग व्हाट वाज हैपनिंग इन द सोसाइटी. He was giving the market what it wants. Okay, so a lot of times PRs are blamed for these things, but one has to understand that this is what the market wants, and the PRs do that. Now, where to draw the line? You said, you asked me a very good question. Where do people draw the line? So I can't say for others how other PRs do, but I can say how I manage it. So I draw the line from my conscience. Whatever my conscience feels right, I do. When my conscience feels, and a point of exaggeration or a point of sensationalism has been reached beyond that, that it will affect the fabric of society, I don't do that. So my conscience decides these things based on the fabric of society. I don't want to hurt the fabric of society. I don't want to do anything that is immoral, incorrect, unethical. So that ethical line is where I draw my line. My conscience draws that line, that this is what I will do in PR. This is how much I will exaggerate in PR. This is what I will not do. In the case of Bads of Bollywood, they are, there's no problem. The way they have hyped stuff up, there's nothing wrong about it. They are
And
not hurting the
if we
fabric of
do,
society, so that kind of PR is fine.
The Bad's promos seemed to have tentacles. Beyond a trailer that drew 56 million views and a billboard in New York's Times Square, they reached everywhere, from telecom campaigns to cricket matches. A week after the release, boAt launched an ad film for its new Party Pal 700 speaker, featuring Bads of Bollywood stars such as Lakshay Lalwani, Bobby Deol, Anya Singh and Mona Singh, trading one-liners while grooving to beats. And in 2 days, this clip touched over 12.8 million views on Instagram. The show also teamed up with Airtel to talk about slow internet under the campaign "Don't Compromise on Net" and Netflix. This video too clocked 4.5 million views within a week.
This is my first time, watching a match live. So I'm also feeling like I'm really childlike energy in me today. मैं चाहूँगा मेरी एक सीरीज का आप डायलॉग बोल दें उनके लिए, वो करेंगे प्लीज? ओके, सो डायलॉग है अक्खी दुनिया एक तरफ और मेरा बुमराह एक तरफ. आप बोलो
अक्खी दुनिया एक तरफ और मेरा बुमराह एक तरफ. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us.
Members of the star cast Bobby Deol and Raghav Juyal appeared during the recent Asia Cup match between India and Bangladesh at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium. And a fun banter with Sanjana Ganesan quickly went viral.
I would give them 4 stars out of 5.
okay.
Yeah, they made it very subtle initially. They didn't go overboard initially. Also, we saw that their PR activity reached a crescendo just before the release, and when the positive reviews started coming in, they backtracked. They did not overdo it, which was very good. There was nothing wrong in it, but the way
And
they
then
did it,
after a
yes,
few
it could have
days,
been.
and then after a few days, they rolled out a series of commercials with multiple brands to keep the film again in the news headlines, in the chatter, some way or the
The
other.
series,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's good. That's what we call, consistency is a big part of PR and marketing.
Right.
So without consistency, you have hype. You don't have imaging and branding. Hype is short term, short lived. With consistency, what you get is imaging and branding, long term, with a vision. So
What
what
are
they did,
some-
if they followed up with these things, it was actually very good.
Now, the larger takeaway from Bads of Bollywood's marketing campaign is that marketing is no longer about amplification alone. It's also about creating a cultural moment. Bads of Bollywood used collaborations not just for visibility, but to deepen the conversation around the show. This shows us that commercial partnerships don't have to dilute creativity. If handled thoughtfully, they can become a creative force in themselves. Thank you for watching and follow for more.